No?
Go ahead. We haven't started yet.
Okay, sorry.
Go ahead. You're fine. Take 45. Go ahead.
We're gonna try and do a video.
We are.
Maybe.
Maybe.
If we get around to it. Hi everybody, welcome to David Christopher's YouTube channel. I'm David.
I'm Jen.
I'm awkward. She's not. That's why she's usually here talking me through this. So today we're going to be working with a Christmas tree because we're still doing Christmas in July. And today we're going to be using a lot of copper colors, oranges, orange slices, some naturals, some blingy. So stay tuned. I think you're going to want to see how this one turns out.
Oh, we just got our orange slices in today.
We did.
Fresh off the truck.
Right. Literally took them out of the stacks that they were unloading off the truck.
They're probably still hot.
Yeah, still warm.
Well, let's get started.
So that, just to let everybody know right there. We are about to fix it, so.
Thanks, Matt.
So we're actually going to start with a pine spray that we just got in today also, this Mini Scotch Pine Spray. Really like these two-tone colors. It's darker green and lighter green. It has a good brown stem in the center. And this is a great option for a lot of different things. One thing that we sell them for a lot of times is for people to make grapevine wreaths. So a lot of our customers make things. They'll make wreaths, they'll make swags and different options. And these work great to actually just fill in a grapevine wreath. If you don't have a vinyl pine wreath, you can just use these. And some people like that really natural look underneath them anyway, but that's one thing that you can do with them. We're going to take one of our basic mixed pines that's just a slim tree, and we're going to add these branches to it. So we're just going to give it a little bit of a punch up on style, and especially if you get to a point with your Christmas tree, if you've had your Christmas tree for a while and the needles are starting to shed just a little bit, or you feel like it could be a little bit thicker, you can always buy some less expensive but good looking pine branches and add those into your tree just to make it more full and make it have some new life. We have a lot of natural products we're going to be adding to this tree, but we also have a lot of metallic products we're going to be adding to this tree. So this is our metallic finished rose gold. It's like an Asian smilax leaf, and we're going to be adding some of those in. So I'm going to layer a lot of the natural and then metallic and then natural and then metallic, so that I can kind of break it up. And I don't want a lot of like metallic with glitter on top of it. I want metallic with natural on top of it with glitter on top of that, just to break up some of those textures. So we're going to go back with a natural stem on top of some of the metallic, break that up a little bit. And this is our dried texture. So it's got an
Bring that a little closer.
interesting coating to it. It's kind of brown and cream mixed. And it's a little fern spray. We're going to add this into some different places on the tree, give us a little bit of that darker bronzy color, but not making it too dark. I'm going to be using this metallic berry, mixed-sized berries, nice light metallic gold finish to them. It's a little bit two-toned. There's some darker pieces and some lighter pieces, and we're going to add that in. And I know it's a different shade, but we're going to be mixing some metallic colors, some copper, some bronze, some rose gold, all throughout the tree. Now we're going to be using the same thing, but in a smaller version. I found these very helpful for not only when I get to the taller parts of the tree. Sometimes it's better to have a smaller piece that you can add in. You may not need that entire 36-inch branch once you get toward the skinnier part of the tree at the top. But these also are great for wreaths. If you want to add some gold into your wreath, these will help you keep from having to cut. If you don't like cutting things with wire cutters, you won't have to cut them apart with these. There were no trains until we started videoing. Then all the trains. This is our light brown Eastern Magnolia Spray. So this is like something that we just cut out of our yard and let it dry a little bit, and the magnolias have turned this brownish color. They've got a little bit of almost like a mauvey taupey tint to them in some places, but that's going to work really well when we use with our rose gold, but also with our more brown pieces. We're going to get that that great different variation in color. And we're doing our kind of like a fall transitional tree, so this will go into, you know, the fall season, but it'll also go into like Thanksgiving, and you know, that's a great mix of different colorations to put on there. And when you get things like this, sometimes you're going to get them, they're going to be flat. That's how they come. All of mine look like this. So when you see them on video, they're like that. What you really have to do is you're going to have to bend the branches out. It's like a three-dimensional shape, because like a magnolia branch would be three-dimensionally all the way around the way it grows. And you just bend those out a little bit. Instant magnolia, give the stem a little bend, and you're ready to place that into your transitional fall tree. We're going to reinforce some of those rose gold tones with our glittered Italian Cypress spray. Nice, light, airy piece if you want a little bit of glitter, but not like a heavy dose, something that you still will be able to see through into the rest of your colors on the tree or wherever you're placing it. We're going to start adding some of our orangey tones into the tree, like these persimmon, this faux dried persimmon branch. They're almost like little dried mandarin oranges, but they're kind of persimmon-y also. And these are going to really help once we add some of our other orange slices into the tree, really give you that orange color and shape, and make sure you know what you're seeing when you see that orange. It's not pumpkins. Although you could add pumpkins to this tree very easily. I'm sure there will be someone out there that does add pumpkins to this tree for their fall tree. But we're going to be focusing a little more transitional than that at the moment. We're going to keep going with our oranges, but this is a fake orange slice. So little faux orange slices there. With a little bit of this really natural looking cedar, so we get more, looks a little more realistic like that. And especially while we've already got our oranges in the tree, you really kind of know what these are because of that. And those are an easy add into the tree, and they're really going to help balance out some of that metallic and the glitter because they're very natural. And I know that a lot of people like to use the oranges for very Williamsburg style fruit wreaths and things like that. And while you can do that, I'm trying to give you some different options as what you can do with your orange slices for fall, Christmas, lots of other occasions.
Just coming in for a closer look because I feel like from way back there you can't really see how pretty this is turning out. These are so pretty. Just want to do a little quick close-up. Fall is a lot of people's favorite season.
It is one of my favorite seasons.
I know.
I like the colors. I know a lot of people like to skip over fall and go straight into Christmas. And, you know, we're big fans of Christmas also, but I do like my fall colors.
Why don't you tell everyone about the car you had one time that was orange?
I did have an orange car one time. It was a burnt orange 350Z. That was a fun car.
It's really close to the colors of those persimmons. I mean, it was
yeah.
different, but similar. When I met David, he had.
It was my race car.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun.
You let me drive it a few times.
I did. But you tried to make my tires bald. Peeling out too much.
Right. I just remember driving it to work one day. It was before we were married, so we didn't work together at that point. And it was a stick shift.
Yep.
So I didn't really have much problem with that, but it was so low.
It was very low to the ground.
I feel like I probably run over one of those parking curbs or something.
You kind of had to hit just a very light bump at an angle just to keep damaging it.
I do not need a car like that.
No, we're going to go monster truck for you. You just drive over whatever.
That's what I have to have. Sometimes those curbs, though, they just jump out at you.
They do. Okay.
Okay, friends, so you could actually, in my opinion, you could stop here if you are a person that likes to see more of the greenery in the tree. I still feel like this tree looks prettier in person than it's showing on my camera lens.
Well, I would probably have my little bow that I've been saving
you need something at the top
right here.
Yeah.
If you were going to keep it like this,
If
just
you want to keep it light.
Little ribbon throughout and a bow right there. Got a couple different options for colors for bow, but yeah, I mean, you could keep it like this, or you could, you could choose to add some other things into it. We've got, if you wanted to add some velvet pumpkins into it, you could add some
that would be pretty.
Here or there.
Mm-hmm.
Would work really well also. If you want to make sure you promote the pumpkins this season.
But you're going to add a lot more.
Yeah, I'm going to add some other stuff.
Okay, so for some of you that might be wondering where we are in our showroom in Sheffield, Alabama. And you can come and shop here if you are a business and you sell items, resell items. We sell them in bulk here. So otherwise, you can shop online. You can go to our website and find the store locator and find a store near you who carries our products. Or you can come see us October 1st in Sheffield at our pop-up shop. Yay!
Metallic sword fern spray. These are really nice because it's a metallic gold, but it's also got just a little bit of sequin and bling, a little bit of beading down the center of it. So you get a little breakup in the texture. And I like ferns, especially for, we use them at Christmas, but especially for like a transitional tree. That's going to work really well to give us that very, you know, natural metallic foliage look that you get out in nature.
Can you imagine how pretty it would be, though, if there were items in nature that were that gold? It would be interesting.
It would be a very interesting thing. These are wired, so I do like to recommend that you bend these in lots of different directions for when you're placing those in your tree. It gives them a little more character. And they're also very fine at the top of a tree because we can bend these out like almost like a fern is starting to grow.
And you
Bend
know,
the
here,
tips down.
yeah, on our channel, I feel like people can find pretty much anything they're looking for when it comes to styles of trees. So there's probably going to be people that see this tree and they're like, I don't like that. It's not my cup of tea. And that's totally okay. We have to display a lot of different products. So we have
lots of cups of tea.
Yeah, we have lots of cups of tea.
If you want an orange spicy tree.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're in orange spicy land right now. So, yeah.
But we have to look at what our customers typically purchase. And we're a lot of times looking at our wholesale customers because they are buying the largest quantities of the products. And so we try to cater to a lot of different tastes and styles. And you have to remember, we sell to customers from basically coast to coast. So
we try to get a little bit of like Miami to New York to LA and all the people in between.
Right.
That's a lot of different styles and cups of tea.
Lots of cups of tea. So I'm here for all the cups of tea.
So whether you're chamomile and like it very, very smooth and less, you know, in your face, or you like it spicy, you know, spicy tea. Very, you know, like chai tea. I'm a big chai tea fan. Probably goes with why I like my, you know, lots of spicy colors here, I guess.
Spicy colors.
Spicy colors.
So, yeah, we hope that you're able to find something. And if this is not it, that's okay. I bet if you go to our Christmas playlist and look through the different colors of trees and things that we have there from over the years, you'll find something that tickles your fancy.
I'm not going to make any comments about tickling. I'm going to stick to cups of tea. We have apple cinnamon. We have chai tea latte. We have basic peppermint. Lots of peppermint. We have tons of red and white, so peppermint's easy.
We've gone way off course here. What do we got next? Are we doing the different item next?
We're going to be adding acorns next because this is still our fall tree. Even though we've got bling in it, we are going to be adding this kind of a reddish orange, kind of a burnt orange. We're calling it orange, but it's kind of a deeper orange than the persimmons. But it's going to work really well with those. So don't be too afraid if it's not an exact tone, like it's not exactly the same color as the persimmon, but it's going to work really well with the persimmons. And these are really inexpensive add-on. If you need some fall, if you need something in a vase, you've got some fall leaves, but you want just a little pop of, you know, something different, that's a great option. We've come to that stage where we want to add ribbon, and we are going to add some coppery rust gold ribbon. This is kind of a bronzy color with an ombre glitter and copper. And we also are going to add this kind of a deep olive green that's got this copper swirl throughout. And that's going to be fun. That's going to give us some more green in our tree also. So any of those places where you feel like you've got too much glitter, you've got a little too much metallic, that's going to help us offset that just a little bit.
David, are you just following the technique that we showed everybody in the video a couple of weeks ago on how to add ribbon to the tree? Or are you doing it a little bit different?
I don't know.
Remember the candy cane tree that you showed everybody how to put ribbon on? The red and green,
Kind of
red
like
and
that,
white?
except I'm making more big, I'm using a little more excess ribbon so that I get this really, because I've got some of this stems further out from the tree, I'm using larger kind of swoops back with my ribbon so that you really get to see it out from the tree. So we're just going to tuck this back in here and wire it or use a piece of the tree to hold that on. And then we're going to come down back into the tree, but let a lot of this hang out pretty far. Separate those two, and then we're going to fold, cut, fold, cut, easy designer style to your ribbon. It also helps to have ribbon that will stay in place the way that you actually want it to. So if you get really good high quality wired ribbon, that is preferable. A little more expensive, but goes a lot further like that.
And just a cool little trick, keep your spools that your ribbon comes on, and at the end of the season you can wrap it back on the spool and use it the next year.
Yep. So now we're going to tie a bow for this spot that we left in the top middle-ish area here. We're just going to do a couple of lazy loops. It doesn't matter if they're perfect for the start. A little bit of wire. Twist that together. Then we're going to use our other ribbon and do a couple of loops with it also. Maybe we'll do 3 loops with this one. Let's do kind of a off center. Little wire. And we did these just slightly smaller than the first loops we did, so we're going to add that on top and twist that together. And then we're going to add just a little bit more of our green. But we don't need a lot. We really just need like a small loop. One more piece of wire. And just really quick, we've got our bow ready for the top of our tree. This one didn't need a giant bow because it's not got a giant space, but we've got kind of a asymmetrical bow going on here. And we're going to add that on. Just so get some of our wire separated. Place this on a piece of pine that we can find, hopefully free. We haven't filled all the spaces up yet. And then shape that back out. And cut our tails and our ribbon, fold, cut. And do the same for the other two. Easy bow just to fill in some of that space toward the top. Now we are going to get a little bit blingy because we've got these acrylic jewels that have these great colors in different
Ooh,
sizes.
so pretty.
So we have light copper and copper. So this is going to work. Like I said, remember when you're doing these things, it's not necessarily that you have to have just one shade. Sometimes it helps to have two shades of a similar thing, because then you get the variation in them, and you can, like I may stack some of these on top of each other in the tree. And if you just need a little bit of finishing at the end, you want a little more natural to cover up some of that metallic or some of that bling, just to layer that up, we have our orange slice pick that's got a little cedar, a little eucalyptus on it. And that's just a great little piece to pop in where needed. Also works great for wreaths for those of you that do not like to cut things.
We're so excited to be finished with our fall Christmas tree. So maybe you think it's too early for Christmas, but I don't think it's too early for fall because it's going to be here before we know it.
Yeah, once it's 105 degrees, you're like, well, time to start buying pumpkins.
Make sure you check out the description to find a link to all the items that make shopping very easy for you. We'll put them in a collection and you can find them and select them, the ones that you want for your tree. And remember to follow us on social media because we post a lot of different content there as well. Always something for everyone, I think.
I think we truly try to be very versatile in the type of content. I mean, it's all decor related.
Right, yes.
But there's numerous different styles for everybody.
So if you like this video, we hope you'll give us a thumbs up, that you'll subscribe so you don't miss the rest of our content. And July is getting close to over. Is this our last July? Christmas in July video?
Christmas in July video.
So this is actually going to transition us into August and we're going to start fall.
Right.
Yay! See you next time.